Hoot, hoot! Welcome back to Sports Connection. We've got some more football. We're closing it out, but the season just started Friday night, and we learned a lot, Lauren. We were all over the place. It's been crazy. We got the Edmonson County Wildcats in the house. Coach Justin Vessel's back in the seat again, back in the saddle again up there. He was there, what, 08 to 15?
04 to 15.
04 to 15, yeah. I was out in Las Vegas when that was going on. We got Deweese, we got Muse, the quarterback, and I want you guys just introduce yourselves. Start with you, Muse.
Junior, quarterback, and Tristen Muse.
I'm a junior. My name's Blayne Deweese, and I play wing and corner.
I'm a junior. My name's Hunter Kinser, and I play line.
You're on both sides in the trenches, aren't you, Kinser? Yeah. How do you like playing offense or defense the most? Which one?
I'm a big fan of defense.
Coach, I guess we're going to kind of start things with you. I mean, being back at Edmonson County and your old stomping grounds there. I mean, how's it really been up to this point, and then finally getting those first game jitters out of the way through week one?
It's been good to be back home, and we're working to try to improve. We started our off-season conditioning and everything back in January, and we've worked right on through into summer, and now we had our first game last Friday. Had a lot of new players getting their first starts, and we had some first game jitters, but it was a good learning experience. There's a lot of stuff we can take away from it. We've got our film when we come in tomorrow on Monday. There's going to be a lot of stuff we look at, try to fix and correct mistakes, and get ready for next game.
You know what, Coach? All three of these young men will have another shot at that tobacco stick, so that's a good thing. You guys being juniors. Muse, I'm going to start with you, man. Here you are in a new system this year at Edmonson County, and how are you liking the transition, man?
It's pretty smooth. I think it's going pretty well. Everything's going pretty easy, and yeah.
Good to see you in a Wildcat jersey.
Kind of coming with that too. I mean, you come over from Barron County, you also have your dad too, so I mean, it's just kind of like both come in at the same time. I mean, but you're on offense, he's more defense oriented, so how kind of is that connection there, just kind of having him but then having your own thing as well with being a quarterback?
Yeah, I think it just helps me on both sides of the ball.
Right.
Just knowing each position, and I kind of play the same on both sides of the ball, trying to be a leader and getting everyone ready in the right spot.
Well, Deweese is wearing my high school number 22. It's probably getting a little more playing time than it did back in the late 80s, early 90s, man. So you're a pretty specialist on defense, man. You're there in the secondary, and they plug you into offense at some point as well. What do you think about the team so far this year, Deweese?
I think we're doing good. I think we had to get over our nerves the first game, though. But I think we're coming together pretty good.
Guarantee it.
Just for the guys, I mean, you all are only juniors this year. I mean, kind of get back into the routine of weekly games, obviously practice, school, and stuff like that. So just what are some things that we can just kind of expect from you all as you all continue to grow over the course of this season?
I think we'll continue to get better, come together more as a team, and get some more wins.
So, Kinser, you're protecting the quarterback a little bit during the game, and then you're a headhunter the next, trying to grab that and running back. How much fun have you had this summer practicing and getting ready for this first game that y'all just had?
I've had a lot of fun. I mean, defensive-wise, we've had a lot more formations, and I mean, we've gotten a lot more physical up front, and it showed.
Coach, for you, seeing these guys want to step up, be leaders on the field, I mean, how have you really seen them grow up to this point, and obviously wanting to continue to grow as the season goes on?
Well, as we go along and they start to learn and understand more what we're doing, why we're doing it, we go all the way back to like spring ball when we was putting in the offense or the defense. It's like, here's the formation, here's the play. We're trying to take that now, expand. This is why we do what we do. This is if we're on offense, for example, if the defense lines up like this is how we want to attack it. This is, where they understand what we're doing, both on offense and defense. And, on defense, it's all about, being in the right spot, aligning right. If you're playing against an option team, D-line has to take fullback. You got somebody for scrape for the quarterback, somebody for pitch. And that way, when everybody understands what they're doing, and everybody does their job, it works a lot better, than if we're kind of scattered.
Coach, I got a question for you. I mean, over the last decade, we've seen a lot of these complexes pop up, a lot of these fields changing. That's the same field I played football on, 20 years ago. So is that something in the future? Or, I mean, I love that field. So
Right.
is that something that they're thinking about going to when it's you guys' turn, or you want to just keep it as is?
I'm not sure. I'm responsible for mowing and striping it and everything. So having to mow that thing all the time and stripe it, that's a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a nice field.
It really is.
It's a good field.
I guess, Hunter, I'm going to start with you. We'll work our way around, but just kind of talk about your favorite part about the game of football in itself.
I mean, having brothers to rely on, and I mean, I like to hit people. So
Yes.
That's always a good part of it.
yeah.
What about you, Deweese? Take that same one.
Same as Hunter. I like having brothers to rely on. I feel like I can rely on everybody on my team and trust everybody to have my back if I need it. And I don't know, just something about playing on Fridays.
Oh, yeah. Muse, what's the locker room like, man? Is the attitude serious right before game time? Or are you guys, when it's not game time, what's the atmosphere, the chemistry like?
Before the game, we're pretty serious. Everyone's quiet, getting locked in, and then when it's not game time, we're out there at practice, working, building a strong connection, and getting that team chemistry together.
Yeah, unity, man. Unity's what wins.
Coach, I mean, coming off of week one, now going back to practice tomorrow, what are some things you're going to kind of hit on with your guys before next Friday?
Well, we're worried about what we need to do to fix our mistakes. We're going to watch film, obviously, first thing tomorrow, and we've got a good film. We got the sideline shot and the end zone shot, and we've got plenty of mistakes that we made we need to work on. Okay, some of the stuff that we made mistakes on is, these three guys, we watched a little bit of film before we came up here when they met me over at the field house. They're like, golly, that was a simple mistake. We hadn't done that we hadn't messed that up since spring ball. So I think part of it was first game jitters, the big rivalry game. They got a little too nervous, too worked up maybe, and made some mistakes that we don't usually make. So we've got to fix those. We have to get better ourselves, and then that'll give us a chance to play well when we play other teams.
Coach, great to see you, and glad you're back in the saddle, my man, and glad you got Tommy with you. And this should be a pretty good season for the Wildcats, and a lot to build on for next year. You guys have a great, healthy rest of the year, man, and go out there and get some W's. We'll be right back with more Gridiron Grit right after the break on WBKO Sports Connection.